degree belongs to the people. And I'll remember that forever. My story is coming from an alcoholic home, also into my own addiction. But the story goes further back. My mother was a residential school survivor. And there was a lot of pain that was inflicted upon her during those years that she was in this residential school. And what happened was my mother was unable to show love, to show compassion, to be a caring, loving person. And that was, for me, I didn't get that. That's a big part of, I think, a lot of the children where people had to go into boarding schools and residential schools. They used to pick the kids out of the homes and take them to these boarding schools. Airplanes, buses, boats, wherever you were, on the coast, the interior, and they'd ship all these kids to boarding schools. Plus there was a lot of other things that were going on. We weren't allowed to speak our language. We weren't allowed to practice our culture, our traditions, our spiritual ways. All of this was taken away. Because what did the government want? They wanted the land and they wanted to destroy us. And that was the genocide that happened to our people. Today, we're still feeling that pain from that genocide. I'm still feeling the pain. And this is what we've named intergenerational trauma. Because that pain goes from one generation to another. The pain of the boarding schools, residential, the pain of the Native people taken away from their land. There's many stories I can tell. Many stories. Because I hear the stories. My work is in the field of trauma and intergenerational trauma, along with addiction and alcoholism, counseling and therapy. And I hear the horror stories every day. My job now is to try to help in whatever way I can, using the elements that Spirit gave me. The elements of the drum, the elements of the eagle feather, the sage, the sweat lodge, the Sundance. I'm also a Sundancer. Practice these things. These are the ways for me today that's going to help other people. Help the people be able to talk about this work, this trauma. I want to help the people have that voice to be able to say, you know, I was really painful. When I ask a good example, when I ask the elders a lot of times, I say, what was it like in that residential school? And they say, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. And they carry that pain. And then we carry the pain. And then the pain is passed on to the next generation. And how do we deal with that pain? We deal with that pain by drinking, taking drugs, violence, anger, blaming, shaming, hurting ourselves, hurting each other. And if we don't start a recovery process, start a healing process, that pain we're going to continue to carry around. I needed to go through a healing process. I needed to talk about this pain. I needed to get angry about this pain. I needed to cry. Today I'm a very emotional man. I am very emotional. There was a time when I wouldn't talk about this, and there was a time I wouldn't talk. And there was a time that the emotions were mainly anger and blame. And today I can see that I made some changes. It's really good. So, why am I making this video? I want to let people know that we can change. I want people to know that we can make that difference now. I want people to know that there are people out there that can help. That we need to support each other. We need to have compassion with each other. We've got to stop blaming each other. We've got to stop all that negativity. There's a reason for that, we know that. And it's called intergenerational trauma. We know why the pain's there. We know why we behave the way we behave. But I'm here to tell you this, to share this, so that we can start working towards spirituality, togetherness, sharing, loving each other in that way that we're supposed to. And that's why I'm telling my story.